To the Action News 5 digital desk. I am joined by a three-time Olympic gold medalist and a fitness instructor to talk about living with thyroid conditions, grave disease and thyroid eye disease. Gail Devers, a three-time Olympic gold medalist, and Hannah Corbin, an internationally recognized fitness instructor, joining us on the digital desk. So, Gail, let's begin with you. Can you tell us about your experience with grave disease and the symptoms of thyroid eye disease? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Thank you for having us. Yes, so for 30 years, I've been living with Graves' disease and symptoms of thyroid eye disease, like eye bulging, pain, redness. And in all that time, not a single doctor ever mentioned to me that those symptoms were separate from my Graves' disease and required separate treatment. Now, in different people, those symptoms will present itself differently. It could be watery eyes, dry eyes, pain, redness. Even for me, my eyes were so dry that when I slept, they didn't close fully. And it was recently that I found out that I had thyroid eye disease and it needed to be treated by a separate oculoplastic surgeon or a neuro-ophthalmologist. So I had to get a TED specialist in my care team.
Well, you obviously were very successful on track and field. I remember watching you and rooting you on. Congratulations to all your success. Tell me how Graves' disease and thyroid eye disease impacted your life, and what advice do you have for others diagnosed with similar conditions?
Yeah, that's a great question because for me, it presents itself different in different people. But for me, I had to stop driving at nighttime because the lights from the oncoming cars were bothering me so. And it's to know the risk, knowing that if you have Graves' disease or a thyroid condition, that up to 40% of those people may develop thyroid eye disease. So it's paying attention to your eyes. So the advice that I would give is to be your own best advocate. Don't accept no as an answer. If you feel something is wrong, find a TED specialist. You can go to a website, focusonted.com, and get a TED specialist in your area so that you can get your life back on track. And then, find a care team, find a community of people that are sharing like minds. It was amazing for me to learn that I was not alone.
Hannah, over to you. You were recently diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease. That's another type of thyroid condition that's different from Graves' disease. Can you tell us a little bit about that disease and how it changed your life?
Yes, well, many people know me as a Peloton instructor, but what most people don't know is how much I was struggling behind the scenes and how my life and my health were turned upside down about 5 years ago. So hours without needing a nap. And I felt like a newborn baby with a heavy curtain being pulled over my eyes. So I searched for about 2 years, seeing different doctors, trying to find a diagnosis or some sort of answer. And I was consistently told that my exhaustion was probably just because my job was physically demanding. And I kept having to point out to anyone and everyone that would listen or that wouldn't listen at the time that you're telling me that I'm fine and I am telling you that I'm not. So thankfully, I was finally able to get the diagnosis of Hashimoto's disease or underactive thyroid and start getting the care that I needed.
So let me ask you, Hannah, what advice do you have for others that might be diagnosed with Hashimoto disease?
Well, now that I know that I am at risk, like anyone with a thyroid condition, if you have Graves, you're at a higher risk, but if you have Hashimoto's like me, you're also at risk for thyroid eye disease or TED, a separate but related autoimmune condition that requires separate care. Now that I know I'm at risk, I'm listening to my eyes so that I continue to be my own best advocate.
Fantastic. Well, you ladies have really proven that it won't slow any of you down accomplishing personal and professional goals. Anything else? I leave it open to both of you. Anything else you'd like to tell our audience? We have thousands of people who watch us each and every morning.
I think I've been sharing a phrase that I live by, which is treat your body like it belongs to someone you love. And that includes being aware and continuing to be your own best advocate. So if you want to find out more about the risks, signs, and symptoms of TED or find a TED specialist near you, visit focusonted.com.
Yes. And I would say for me, you know, I always tell I take it back to the track and field world, and I run relays. On relays, we have a baton and we pass that baton. And so what we're passing today is knowledge. We want you to know the signs and symptoms to look for and to know the website so that you can get your life back on track sooner than later.
All right. Well, Gail and Hannah, great conversation this morning. Thank you so much for sharing your life story and all of your accomplishments. Congratulations to both of you. We appreciate your time on the Digital Desk.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.